Ready for an unforgettable solo adventure? Welcome to Malta, the Mediterranean's hidden gem. Imagine exploring over 7,000 years of history while basking in stunning coastal views. Journey to St Julian's and Valletta, wandering vibrant streets. Then step into the enchanting medieval world of Mdina, the silent city. Dive into Rabat's rich culture and uncover the secrets of an island that has some of the oldest freestanding structures in Gozo. Get ready to uncover the magic of Malta and Gozo. Let's dive in.
Good morning. I had an amazing time in Zurich, and guess what? I was only there 24 hours because I came to head to my 61st country of Malta. And honestly, I'm so excited. I'm here for Traverse events with Visit Malta, and we're going to be exploring a lot of the island, plus Gozo, which is another little beautiful island off of Malta. And there's UNESCO World Heritage Sites, there's beautiful blue water and beaches, and there's just amazing views. This is my view at breakfast right now. Check this out. But I'm gonna dig in because I have to go meet people at 10 a.m. Good morning. I just left Inawi Hostel. It had such an awesome breakfast spread, honestly. Hot food, cold food, even food. You can make a little sandwich on the go, which is what I did because I don't know if the tour I'm going on for quad biking has lunch included or not, but it goes from 11:45 till 6:30. So I was like, I better have a snack at least. But now I'm heading to the Marriott, which is a 5-star property here in Malta. And this is where I'm saying, look how beautiful this is. Happy spring in Malta. Yes, I'm only located a 6-minute walk from a 5-star hotel. So I decided to opt to save some money today and go with the Inawi Boutique Hostel, which is really, really nice actually, and includes a awesome breakfast. So quick story time. When I was heading here last night, I took the bus because somebody told me, oh yeah, take the TG whatever bus late at night, which usually I don't do. So I didn't even check other options. Like there's Uber, which is not actually that expensive. And yeah, so I took the bus, got off, thought it would be a simple walk. It was not. It ended up being like a journey, but then finally I found out Uber worked and then I got to my place, but definitely was a sketchy area at first. Lo and behold, here's the Marriott. We have made it.
Our guide was very informative on the drive over there, so it flew by.
See roughly now some sort of old looking buildings. We see sort of coloured roofs, old looking buildings. The late great Robin Williams was here making a movie of Popeye. It's back on your left hand side now. Hope you're not seasick. Of Malta, so there are 3 islands in the Maltese archipelago. There's Malta, then there's Gozo, then there's Camino being the smallest. Gozo has roughly around 30,000 people living on it. Malta has more than 400,000 people living on it. So big differences there. Gozo is much more rural, as you'll soon see. It's a good place to go quad biking, in fact, because it's not quite so built up. There are plenty of rural parts of Malta, but Gozo it's pretty much everywhere. And main industries in Gozo are fishing and farming, and increasingly tourism.
Are heading to Gozo Island, and you take the ferry, and actually round trip it's €4.20, but you get your ticket, so when you come back you show them, because on the way there it's free, I guess. So if you're heading to Gozo for a long period, you probably won't have to buy your ticket back for a while, but it's $4.20, and we're heading there to go quad biking. And yeah, there's actually 3 islands in the archipelago of Malta, including Camino, Gozo, and then Malta. But here we go.
If you need a snack on the ferry, don't worry, because they have a snack bar with drinks as well.
Alright guys, so we are here on the ferry to Gozo, and if you go to the starboard side, that's going to be the best views. And you can see there's a castle up there. One of the guys behind me said that's where they filmed Count of Monte Cristo. They filmed many movies in in Gozo and in Malta. They filmed Game of Thrones, they filmed The Count of Monte Cristo, Gladiator, to name a few. But yeah, I'm super excited. We're about to go quad biking here, and then tomorrow I'll also be back to do a more cultural tour of Gozo. But this is definitely easy to get to, not too expensive. $420 round trip, pretty good steal in my book. And you get a little bit of a tour. You can see part of the Blue Grotto over here, which is really awesome. And as you can see, super, super blue. And I'm definitely gonna make it there at some point while I'm in Malta, because you cannot come to Malta if you do not come to the Blue Grotto. But for now, I'm going to put this away so I can enjoy the views and enjoy the company here, which is everybody from Traverse, which I love. Made it to Gozo, one of the top places to visit when you're in Malta. It's a short, like 20-30 minute ferry ride from Malta, and here you go. It is literally so picturesque out here. And Malta is located south of Italy, really close to Sicily, not far from Tunisia. It's definitely a pretty interesting location, and probably why a lot of movies have been chosen to film here. We're going to do something really exciting though today. We're going to see Gozo by quad biking and be here for a little half-day trip. But you could stay here a day, you could stay here overnight. A lady told me where I'm staying that you can stay at homestays, you could do farm stays, and or just B&Bs. But I don't know yet if I'm gonna stay overnight while I'm here, but those are just some of the options. And you could also bring a car here. And now I think I have to meet the group, and we're gonna head off into Explore Gozo. Here in Megar, this is the port. They come up to you asking if you want a taxi or that, or like these boats. But we are waiting for a ride to go quad biking, and I'm really excited for that.
Gozo Quad Hire picked us up right at Megar Ferry Terminal and then took us on a wild ride.
I can hold on any longer. 2 seconds from falling apart.
At least it was a short ride. Oh, this was fun. Part of the experience of the quad biking.
After checking in and giving them our licenses, it was time to hit the road for an adventure around Gozo.
And you always will. Because to you, it is just a thrill.
We are here in Gozo. We just took these bad boys out over here. And as you can see, we are definitely with content creators because everybody is doing their spiel. But this is really, really beautiful. Honestly, we have such great weather. Somebody told me last week it was actually kind of cool out. But you can see behind me, we have the Blue Lagoon, which I called wrongly the Blue Grotto or something before. But it is so blue. I need to get over there and swimming. And that is Camino, which is one of the 3 islands in the archipelago of Malta. And Malta is out there in the distance. I just am really loving this. I really feel like it's spring now. I've been going to all these cold weather places, and I'm really excited to start going to some beaches in beautiful places like Malta. This is so awesome though. It's so green here because a lot of the buildings are built with this like Maltese architecture, stone, and it is very nice to see some green here at this lookout point. You can see all the ferries that we took going off to Malta. Guys, we are here in Gozo, quad biking, getting split up. It is definitely nuts. The drivers here in Malta are crazy. But what the heck is that? That's so cool. Woo! We are taking a little break, but oh my god, this is so much fun and such beautiful weather too. We got a little split up from half of the group, but it is a big group, but this is so much fun. So cool.
One thing I love about Gozo are the turquoise waters and the quiet beaches. You'll find like this rocky beach that was a hidden gem that our guide showed us.
Alrighty guys, we are here and the water is so blue here. There's these, local told me they're like illegal little fishing boat houses people have made, and it is just so beautiful. You have this tower right here, and the Knights of St. John, they had built these to protect the Maltese islands from pirates, and they did a pretty decent job. Well, kind of. In 1551, the Ottoman Empire as well as the Barbary pirates came, and they basically took 6,000 people from Gozo, and they took them away and sold them to slavery. They sold them and they left. And this place was basically uninhabited. Now it is like beautiful and inhabited again. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I had brought my swimsuit to swim. Okay, sadly my GoPro is about to die, but this has been an awesome time with Gozo quads, and the views are just absolutely stunning, and the weather too. I hurt my neck a little bit, but that's because I decided to wear this giant backpack, but who knows what we do next. But I'm really excited. Hopefully we get some food or coffee, because I definitely need it. But for now, I'm gonna sign off until we head back to the boat. Alright guys, so just heading up here to a tower. It looks like a radio tower, but definitely a cool spot for a view of the town and church down there.
After an epic tour, it's time to head back to get ready for dinner. Alright guys, I'm at the Inouye hostel. I'm definitely probably saying that wrong, of course, but this is a female dorm. I think it's 6 beds. It's actually pretty nice because you have curtains for like privacy, so you can move, and a blanket and towel they give you. And there's a desk and a bathroom as well as a view. The water right over there. I think for 4 nights I paid $111, which to me isn't that bad, especially being so close to like people that are paying for 5-star properties. But I just wanted to save some money because I'm traveling longer, and this place looked pretty nice, and there's a nice common area downstairs as well. So it's definitely an option if you want to come to Malta but not break the bank. But for now, I'm getting ready quickly because I'm heading to Valletta for a bar crawl with Traverse, and yeah, just to meet other creators too.
I'm just going to meet up with the group, actually waiting for an Uber. It's the easiest way actually for me to get there because last minute I've not a lot of time in between things. But we're going to Valletta to see what it's like at night. But it's really beautiful here, and I'm really excited to take you along with me on a bar crawl, and let's see what nightlife is like in Valletta.
Dinner was in Valletta at San Paolo Nofrega, which is a beautiful street at night with restaurants and places to drink.
Guys, so I just got to Valletta and now just at this 3 Olives bar, and they were so nice and let me order a pizza from next door because right now they're just doing drinks, but this pizza looks so good.
After, we headed out for a few more drinks before heading to bed for another early day.
Good morning. It may sound windy, but I'm heading to La Crema to get coffee. Breakfast doesn't start till 8:30, but I'm meeting my tour at 7:45. We're going to do an authentic tour of Gozo. And yeah, 2 days in a row, but yesterday was adventure. This is about learning about culture, food, coffee. We're going to a vineyard for lunch. I'm super excited about it, but gotta hurry up and grab something to eat.
I'm obsessed obsessed with a great coffee shop, and La Crema in St. Julian's was definitely one of my favorites.
And I just have a short bit of time, but they make coffee and some awesome croissants. I just got a plain one because I literally have been eating so much chocolate and sweets. I need a break from it, honestly, but they're over there in the corner and they look mighty, mighty good. But we're heading off to Gozo for this cultural tour in, it's called Authentic Gozo. And I'm really excited to learn more about the history. Yesterday was really fun, just going on an adventure, quad biking in Gozo, but this time we're going to learn more about it, see the Citadel and other things, and yeah, just enjoy. I also went to Valletta last night for a little bit of fun, met up with some of the creators that are here, and that was really cool. I got this huge pizza I hadn't eaten all day, and I just stuffed my face with it. And yeah, I didn't take much video because I was just trying to connect with people, but it was definitely a great time. Now, you have to hurry up because I'm meeting the group at like 7:45 and it's already 7:15. All right, got my La Crema coffee. It was so good. It seems like there's also a lot of spots out here where people can sit and enjoy right near the fountain and the waterfront. We're heading to the Marriott right now.
Today we were going to take a cultural tour of Gozo, so we had to hit the road, take a ferry, and then meet our guide on a bus in Gozo.
To going back to Malta, because there might have been a storm, and then they're cut off from Malta. So there was a time when the ships, they couldn't go back to Malta if it was very stormy. And I mean, this situation is much better now, but still once or twice a year it does happen. Are huge in Malta and Gozo because it's like a big village. You know everybody and you have to invite everybody. Your friends obviously because you want to, but even the neighbors, the whole family, your colleagues, the friends of your parents, it's really big. You're wondering, we're in Rabat, okay? The capital city of Gozo.
But like Rabat, like it just reminds me of Morocco. Why is it like that?
Because the name is of Arabic origin.
Okay.
Okay, I get some questions, you know, and then I realize I should answer it to the whole group. So the Maltese language is a Semitic language, like Arabic and Hebrew, but it resembles much more Arabic than Hebrew. So first the Phoenicians came to Malta in 800 before Christ. That was already a Semitic language. But then there was an Arabic period also in Malta. So the name Rabat is of Arabic origin.
We went inside St. George's Basilica, located in Gozo's capital of Rabat. Built in 1672, it was entirely covered in marble. Here you can find impressive artwork on the ceiling and dome by Giovanni Battista Conti of Rome, and a wooden sculpture of St. George, carved in 1838. Next, we headed to the crown jewel of visiting Rabat in Victoria, which is the Citadel that had fortifications since 1500 BC, except the present-day fortifications we see were built between the 15th century and 1622.
All right, everybody, we've just been going around Gozo and the city of Victoria, or Rabat as they say in Gozo, in Maltese. And yeah, the view from the top of the Citadel is definitely amazing. And now we're gonna go inside the old Citadel right now.
As you enter the Citadel, you'll enter this square where it has a towering cathedral called the Gozo Cathedral, built in the 17th century.
Guys, so we are here at the Citadel, and the Gozo Cathedral is right here, and the steps up to it are so beautiful. It is a €5 admission fee, so definitely, like, if you want to come, go inside, great. I'm not doing today, but you can walk along the walls of the Citadel and have really, really beautiful views of the city. So I'm gonna go check that out now.
Whether you wander the narrow streets or enjoy some of the museums, like the Cathedral Museum, the Museum of Gozo Archaeology, or just take in the views, this is definitely a must when visiting Gozo.
Alright guys, so we are here and this place has such an amazing view, but there's the Cathedral Square, the Gozo Museum of Archaeology, there's crafts and souvenirs projects, but you can literally just enjoy this place by walking around. The cathedral was €5 to go, but honestly the view is priceless and free to come in the Citadel and go shopping, walk around and enjoy the Citadel. But now we are off to go check out a vineyard for lunch, so let's head on back to meet the group. Ready? So after we just went to the Citadel, we're at Valletta and I'm going to finally try pastici, which is a pastry that's very known here, and it's a cheese-filled phyllo dough pastry, and I just saw somebody get it inside, so I knew I had to get it. I'm getting a latte now and this. I went from nothing to everything. Having a latte and the famous pastici in Valletta in the city of Rabat, actually. I thought it was in Morocco, but we are legitimately in Malta and Gozo in Rabat. It's confusing, but they also call this place Victoria. So let's try the pastici. This is so good. Perfect way to warm up after, it's a little chilly in April here. So definitely the perfect way to warm up. Get pastici, get a latte, and you're good.
Next, we headed off to explore more of the meandering streets of Gozo and Rabat, and our guide definitely pointed out some interesting facts I would have not have known otherwise.
Alright guys, this is really interesting. They leave their keys in their doors. It's almost that safe here in Malta that they leave their key in their doors. So if neighbors want to come check in on them, if they're elderly, they can come and they don't need to wait or knock. They just can go right in. I think that is so lovely that they have such a community here like that. Alright guys, we just got off the bus. We are in Arp, and this is just so beautiful and pleasant and quiet, which I love and desperately needed. But there's so many flowers, everything's in bloom. And now we're going to a vineyard. And yeah, I didn't really even know they produce wine here. I don't drink, but we are gonna have a nice lunch here, so I'm very excited for that. And it's just been such a cool experience. I love Gozo. It's definitely more laid back. And yeah, it's just been nice to come here, relax, and enjoy the more country aspects of the island. A lot of locals said that this place was basically what Malta was like 10 years ago. And it definitely is beautiful and nice, and the people have been super friendly.
It was so nice to be welcomed into this family-owned vineyard and business to learn more about how they got started. Plus, I couldn't believe how beautiful the views we were going to have for lunch were.
Oh my god! Alright, now we are trying. Yes, this looks good. They said it's a traditional stuffed really squash or zucchini. Yep. And some meat inside of it. That's right.
Next, we headed to the famous Durja Point, which used to have the beautiful Azure window, which famously collapsed in a storm. This was our last stop before heading back to the ferry to get to Malta to go to Singita Miracle Beach for a little special sundowner party.
Alrighty guys, we are here at St Julian.
Finally, it was time to relax, take in some bites and the views, and enjoy the sunset. I didn't film much after this, and then went to bed to have an early morning to explore more of Malta. The next morning, in order to get around without a car, I did the hop-on, hop-off bus tour that brought me around the island of Malta. Good morning, everybody. I'm here with Malta Sightseeing this morning. I decided to do the hop-on, hop-off tour. They have a north and south route, and my pass covers both. And it basically gives you some of a guided experience with these headphones they have. And you can sit outside on a great weather day like today. And yeah, it has me excited for maybe staying in Malta a little longer. But now the sun is out. I'm excited because I hope today to go see Mdina and Rabat, and later on maybe the Blue Grotto, and then stopping off in Valletta this afternoon/evening and get a feel of the capital of Malta.
But for now, I'm going to enjoy the story. All right, guys, I just got off the Malta sightseeing bus. Basically, I had to choose the north or south line, and I chose the north because I want to see Mdina and Rabat. But I saw then there's the St Anton Gardens, which are completely free to visit. It's the largest public garden in Malta. So I thought, why not come check it out for a quick stop and see what it's like. This town also has the beautiful Corinthia Palace Hotel, which I just passed, and I was walking over here, but I decided yeah, I'm going with the flow today. But seeing some of these beautiful gardens that I did not expect to come see. I love this kind of go with the flow style of travel. Sometimes your travel is really planned out, and sometimes you leave room for flexibility. And I do kind of like that this hop on hop off tour does allow you to do that, because they have so many different stops, so many different choices. They do harbor cruises, they do tours around Gozo Island as well. This is beautiful. I'm glad I came out here and checked out these gardens. Check this out. They were built by the Knights of St John. These gardens are so beautiful. This is so cute. There's little fish swimming in this fountain, and the sun is finally coming out. So amazing. Alright guys, so these gardens are actually super beautiful, and they're located in Attard. And St Anton Gardens was built and open to the public since 1882, built by Grandmaster Antoine de Pauli to complement his summer residence, St Anton Palace, which is the residence of the current Maltese president, which I find super interesting. So now the gardens are open for everybody to come explore, and they're free, which is always a nice touch to any attraction for tourists. Oh my God, I see a peacock. I see peacocks. Oh my God. Oh, and look at these cute ducks. So 100% I can tell you, coming to the St Anton Gardens is worth it. But for now, it's time to find the bus again.
Next, we headed to Mosta, Malta.
Right now we're in Mosta. Right behind me is Mosta Cathedral or church, but they have one of the most impressive domes that is actually unsupported in Europe. It's the third largest. And not only that, as you can see, there's a telephone booth like they have in the UK. Because when this was a part of Great Britain and having a lot of things that are from the UK, like the red phone, telephone booths, the mailboxes, so they've actually protected that so that they will always be here because it's a part of Malta's history. The Maltese were part of the Commonwealth of under Queen Elizabeth. It was actually her official visit. Queen Elizabeth came here in 2005, and yeah, so we're gonna go check out this Mosta Cathedral. They give you about an hour. Oh, sorry, it's so windy. I'm gonna talk inside. We're over here, but they basically give you an hour at each stop. If you want to stay longer, you can choose that. But yeah, this is Mosta. It's inland, and actually the reason why places like Mdina and Rabat and all that were built inland was to protect them, the Maltese, against piracy. I thought that was very interesting. So let's go and see what the Mosta church is all about. All right, welcome to the Rotunda of Mosta. This place is so amazing. I'm glad I got out on the hop on hop off tour because I didn't really know much about Mosta, but this is the largest church in all of Malta. Malta is a Catholic nation. It's in their constitution, and it is definitely awesome when you come to such a wonderful, decadently designed church. that is still in use today. So depending on when you're coming, definitely check on when they're having mass. But yes, this place is famous because in 1942, the dome was struck by a German bomber. It did not go off. It actually was deemed as like a miracle because it didn't go off. And the dome today is protected, and you can see a replica of the bomb that they had found embedded in the roof. The dome. But yeah, I think it's definitely a wonderful place to come see, and for yourself, the artwork around the whole rotunda is just beautifully done. I love churches in Europe. I go to a lot of churches in Europe, but this one definitely has a story that needs to be told. This place is definitely a maze, but I'm trying to see where this bomb is. Oh, here it is. I love when you're going around Malta, you literally find all these pizzerias where they have like the pizzi's, and they're so good. It is definitely windy in Malta, oh my gosh, but oh my gosh, this is so cute. Around every alley, you literally find such picturesque balconies and Maltese architecture. It's just nuts. And yeah, I don't know, I was really excited. I went to this like Momenti espresso bar really close to the rotunda, and it was awesome, and I'm just loving this. Now I'm just heading back to get to the bus so I can head to Mdina and then see Rabat as well. Honestly, it reminds me of being back in Morocco because of all of the kind of like balconies here are very reminiscent of Arabic architecture. And now, yeah, just going to enjoy the little last bit of time we have here before we go to two other cities in the north of Malta. Mosa is one of the most densely populated towns and cities in the area. I think it's like just over like 16,000 people here, and it does have like B&Bs and cute things as well, so definitely cool. I think it would be really awesome to do a road trip around Malta to see all the different parts because it's not too big. You can rent a car and then go around. But for now, I am definitely enjoying the hop-on, hop-off experience. I don't have a ton of time here, but it's definitely making the most of the time that I do have.
I was really looking forward to the next stop, the Mdina in Malta.
All right, so we're on the hop-on, hop-off bus, and I'm seeing Mdina in the distance. It is extremely windy here, but at least we're getting better weather today than we've had the last few days, and this looks absolutely stunning. I'm so glad I chose today to come to Mdina and Rabat. But first, I think we have to climb our way up the hill, and then we can go in there, and I'm definitely gonna have my lunch there and explore and see what they have to offer. But the reason why they built this big historic citadel in the center, just like in Gozo, was because they were trying to, fend off pirates and protect themselves from it so they could come run back inland if they saw pirates coming. And the Knights of St. John built all these warning towers along the coast of Malta in order for them to be able to be warned so they could all run back and get to the citadel here in Mdina, the ancient capital of Malta. We just stopped off at Mdina. I'm really excited for this. I think it is so reminiscent of Morocco, like it's Fez, because this is one of Europe's finest examples of like a walled city, ancient walled city. And from antiquity up until the medieval period, this was where the capital of Malta was, and is also a place where now not so many people actually live inside the walls because I think I read something on Wikipedia, don't quote me on this, that only 300 people live inside actually the walled city of Mdina, and it is very touristy. But we're just pulling up to the walled gates of Mdina, and it is absolutely amazing. Welcome to Mdina. I've been really looking forward to come to this place because it's the ancient capital of Malta. It has been here for over 4,000 years, and not only that, it is where Apostle St. Paul in 60 AD actually lived for a few months because he had been shipwrecked off of the coast of the Malta. So I think that is definitely interesting. He was on his way to Rome, but he ended up getting stuck here for a little bit. And I think it's just a beautiful place to come visit, not only for photos, but also because of the history that you can find here. There's still not a ton of people living inside the walled city of Mdina because it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but it is definitely has this timeless atmosphere that you can come check out for yourself. I also heard it's cool to see at night because when they light it up at night, it looks very mystical and has a very timeless atmosphere. Another thing to know is that the Romans were actually here as well, and the city used to be known as Melita when they were here. So that's just another thing to know. You can find archaeological relics that they have found here in some of the museums as well. So come with me as we go into the walled city of Mdina. Alrighty guys, it's pretty windy, but one thing I like about Mdina is they literally have everything written out for you so you can know what you're looking at. So this is the Church of Sta Agatha, a Baroque church from 1694, and it definitely was where the noble people would be coming. But then over here, on down this small tight alleyway, is the largest palace that is in Mdina. A lot of the notable people lived here. They wanted to be protected within the city walls, and this is why you can see some of the most ornate architecture and buildings that you will find in Malta. Okay, so I just walked out of that chapel. It is so small, but so cute inside. And I'm trying to see if there's a way to get inside the biggest palace over here on my right, but it seems like I'm just heading down a small alley towards a restaurant. Who knows? I have no map. I don't know where I'm going. Just going with the flow. Alrighty guys, I'm in front of the Porta Greca, which was the second entrance to in and out of the Mdina. The first one was one we went through, which is the main one, but this was another area that people could come in and out of the windy streets of the Mdina, which are super beautiful still to this day. And there's also the Church of St. Nicholas in this area, so I'm trying to find out the area to go into, but that's been here since 1692. The things in here are super old, and I can see why this was listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But this is right above the gate too. You can tell how religious this country has been over the centuries. Next up, let's go to St. Paul's Cathedral. And then I'm gonna need to eat my little picnic that I brought with me here. As I've been walking around though, guys, one of the things that has stuck out to me are the doors and the door handles. Check this out. They're like fishes, so cute. But yeah, they're everywhere, and some of the doors are painted so beautifully. It is just such a, this city is super aesthetic. I love it. Check this street out. It's like I want to take a photo and video almost everywhere I'm walking. If you ask me, I have the best view for lunch. I just made a sandwich at lunch because honestly, I've been eating a lot of food during this event with Keyframe and Traverse, so I'm going to have my sandwich. Also brought some chips and gonna enjoy the sun and the views of the St. Paul's Cathedral before heading on in, maybe to check it out, depending on if they're charging a bunch of money, because honestly, I don't know. I've seen so many churches and there are a lot of free ones you can see when you're in Mdina, but I don't know, maybe it will be worth it. We shall see after lunch. Okay guys, so in order to go into the church, you have to buy a combined ticket of 10 euros for the museum, which is located in the old seminary. To go to the St. Paul's Cathedral, you need to spend 10 euros to go both to the museum as well as to the church. So honestly, I don't really want to spend that much money. I'm traveling for a while. It looks really beautiful, but I think I'm gonna pass on this one. Alright, so just got finished with the Silent City, And now, yeah, they call Mdina, I forgot to say that, the silent city, basically because not many people actually live there and it's pretty quiet. So I guess it is now deemed the silent city. But now I'm just gonna see what Rabat looks like. It's over on outside of the walled city area. And yeah, Rabat means suburb basically. So this is outside of the walled city and the suburb of it. Okay, so just after finishing up in the Mdina, I just came by this beautiful street with so many balconies. The reason why they have the balconies is because if you remember, like when I was in Morocco videos, I showed you that there were areas where people, women especially, would be able to look out without people seeing them so they could see who was at the front door. So that is why they would have balconies. A lot of the people that were here building these buildings centuries and centuries ago were actually from Arab countries, so they were used to it, and that's what my guide had said, and they built them. But now they are really beautiful. A lot of things here have to be decorated a certain way, and the only thing they can actually touch in is the painting of the balconies, and they're all beautifully decorated in a lot of places. Oh well, that made me nervous. But yes, oh my god, around every corner there is a surprise here in Malta. This is Rabat, and it's so quiet. It's known for St. Paul's catacombs, which are here and you can visit. There's an archaeological museum. I'm honestly running out of time to do things here because my hop-on, hop-off bus picks up at 4:15, and that's the last one that heads back into Salima. And then after that, I think I'm gonna go and explore some of Valletta, maybe have dinner there tonight. One thing I didn't realize is, well, one, it's an extremely Catholic nation, and today's Monday, and a lot of the businesses are actually closed for business, and that's why it's really, really quiet. Or the reputation of Mdina and Rabat is holding up as the silent city. I'm gonna just see what the St. Paul's catacombs looks like, and then maybe head on back to the bus stop for the last one to where we began. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna find this place.
Hearing your cries, but know that I'll never leave your side.
Malta on the hop-on, hop-off bus. It was time to go to dinner after a walk around waterfront in St Julian's.
Time to grab some dinner before we go to the brew house to have a little party after the conference. But here we go.
Our restaurant was so good and had such fresh seafood. I definitely recommend this place in St. Julian's. Afterwards, we had a party at the brew house, karaoke, and then it was time for me to have an early night because I was taking a ferry the next morning to head off to another country and island, Sicily. As always, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and if this helped you, then hit the like button so more people can find this. And if you haven't already, please hit subscribe so you can help support my channel grow.